Not one senator has endorsed Sanders, and others have come out and asked him to, quote, check the math. But guess what? They've been saying that to John Kasich on the other side, too. I'm joined by Tisch Sussman, a Democratic strategist, and Fred Barnes, executive editor at the Weekly Standard and a Fox News contributor. Welcome to you both. Fred, I want to begin with you because we just heard from Donald Trump taking swipes at everybody from Elizabeth Warren to Hillary Clinton, and he's heading to AIPAC, as are John Kasich and Ted Cruz. Hillary Clinton already spoke. At what point do we look at what happens tomorrow in Arizona, and can you guess what happens there and who's really in the lead?
Well, sure, Trump's in the lead there, but I mean, look, Arizona's the state to watch. If Trump succeeds, you know, he said at his press conference he's going to get to the 1237 to lock up the nomination,
Do you believe
to have
that?
a majority. Well, I can believe it. If he wins in Arizona, it makes it believable. But if Ted Cruz upsets him in Arizona, that will be a huge monkey wrench, and I think it will mean that Trump cannot get to the 1237, at least before the convention.
It's so interesting, Emily, to see that the Republicans have the same conversation going on as the Democrats do, and that is trying to push aside the laggards, whether that is the John Kasich of the party or the Bernie Sanders. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's the right way to go?
Well, I actually don't really think it's a fair comparison to say it's exactly the same conversation on both sides. It's not like the Democrats have a never Trump on the Democratic side, which is very strongly coming out of the Republican side. And what I think is actually one of the most interesting things about it is not just never Trump. It's not like everyone's saying, yes, Cruz. People, especially people in Washington, really do not like Cruz and really do not see him as a good presidential candidate.
Well, they're not loving Bernie Sanders either. He hasn't gotten one supportive nod from any senator.
No, he does not have a ton of support among his peers. That is for sure. So, I mean, to that extent, that is true. There definitely is a lot more support. I mean, on the Democratic side, certainly for Clinton among her peers, but on the Republican side, it's just a mess.
I want to get to the AIPAC situation, the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee meeting that's going on today. It is a huge event, and everybody's speaking, except for Bernie Sanders, who said, I don't need to go. Yeah, he's Jewish already, so perhaps people can infer where he stands on Israel. But Hillary Clinton came out, Fred, with very strong words that were guided almost directly at Donald Trump, who has said in the past, the recent past, he wants to remain neutral between the Palestinians and the Israelis. Hillary Clinton said, how could you remain neutral when you have bombs coming over from the Palestinian regions, attacking Israelis, and people coming out with kitchen knives and apple peelers to stab people as well?
Yeah, well, no, look, Trump is very vulnerable on that issue. The question is whether he even knew what he was saying when he said he'd be neutral between the Palestinians and the Israelis. I mean, neutral is not where Americans usually are. It's not. It's certainly not where the other Republican candidates are, and obviously Hillary Clinton, whose record under Obama, as Obama's Secretary of State, wasn't that great in support of Israel, but she never said that America would be neutral. Look, that was a gaffe on the part of Trump, and that's why his speech is the one I'm interested in tonight. Can he get over that problem? Can he say, look, that was a mistake? Here's what I meant. I'm 100% behind Israel.
But Emily, you know, he'll get up there and he'll say, I have a Jewish son-in-law and my daughter converted, so I have Jewish grandchildren. You know, I don't know if the Israelis buy that, because there are some people who are expected to walk out. How was Hillary Clinton's speech received?
Look, Clinton's speech was received well. This is a place that she is strong. Foreign policy is a place that she really knows what she's talking about. And you can see that in every one of the Democratic debates. And it'll become, especially if it's a Clinton-Trump head-to-head, in the general election, it'll become incredibly clear. Look, said he's neutral before, but how many chances do we really give Trump? Like, how many times do we let him kind of rewrite what he's going to say? I mean, many of the moderators from your own network pointed out during the debates that he had said different things in his policies proposals that he has on his website, and then he just reversed it on the stage. So how many times do we give him chances on that? I don't know if this is a good crowd for him in that sense.
Well, people are expecting that he'll look
I know the answer to that question. He gets one more chance, and that's at 5 o'clock tonight.
Well, yeah,
and
exactly.
he better seize it. I mean, look, this is a big deal for Trump. he's got to straighten out his position on Israel, or it will continue to be something that hurts his candidacy a great deal.
We should say the Fox Business will be covering that, and any news that comes out of that AIPAC meeting or those speeches, including John Kasich and Ted Cruz, we will get them to you. By the way, Neil Cavuto and the Fox Business All-Stars get things started Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Watch the returns come in from Idaho, Utah, and Arizona with the best of the best. Team Fox Business. Our thanks to Emily and to Fred. We're coming right back.